Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the son of Kano, Danish Odongo himself, and today I am blessed to have yet another fantastic guest. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Peter Mbuga. I met Peter in 2018 on the 19th of December, my first day when I started therapy, and I was blown away by his experience. I was blown away by his personality and by the person he is. And today I'm privileged to sit down with him and talk about everything about wellness. Peter, how are you doing?
I'm well.
Tell these people who you are,
He's already told you my name,
Yeah.
Peter Mbuga.
Yeah.
I'm a father. I'm a grandfather as
Oh,
well.
nice.
I have two beautiful granddaughters.
Yeah.
One is 9 and one is 2 years.
Yeah.
Imara and Imela. Very creative girls. They get it from me.
Yeah.
Yes, my background
Yeah.
is basically an accountant.
Oh.
Yes, I'm a trained accountant, but somewhere down the line, I changed into psychology. So I'm currently a counseling psychologist, full time.
You are a counseling psychologist. And that's an interesting name because in this country, we've always invited people like you when there's trouble, when there's a bomb somewhere, somebody who's bombed people up, a drunkard, somebody has gone mad, quote unquote.
Yes.
Why do you think psychology is only relegated to intervention when it's supposed to be at the core of how we look at our society?
Our society seems to have a lot of things upside down.
Yeah.
Because psychology should be with us from the time we are born. We should be having a psychologist on board.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have our head right, nothing else goes right. And you can tell from what I call culturally transmitted mental illnesses.
Yeah.
Culturally
transmitted
Yes.
mental illnesses, not that. Yeah.
Yes, like domestic violence. It's normal in our culture. Beating up kids. I tell people this, my mother beat me only twice in my life. The rest of the time it was attempted murder. On a serious note.
By the way, for everybody who has attempted murder, lift your hand. Tell us in the comment section your attempted murder stories. # attempted murder.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know those things.
Yeah.
Our parents, even today's parents, some of them, they think it's normal. They think it's you're making your child stronger.
Stronger, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you could be destroying them. You could be destroying them. You destroy their self-esteem. And some of the cases we get today are from people who have been really badly mistreated by their own parents at a very early stage. So the point I was trying to make is psychology starts very early.
Very early, yeah.
And if we don't even know about this, and it's for psychologists to probably educate us or for us to educate ourselves, then we transmit all those problems to the adult that we can see now.
All right, off the camera, we were having a very interesting conversation about your journey that, before you were into finance, accounting, and had worked in many parts of this country.
Yes.
And then one day you decided to become a psychologist. It is rooted in your personal story.
Yes.
So I don't know, maybe you tell us, what's your personal story and why is this important to you?
Yes. I call myself a wounded healer.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm a child of divorced parents. My parents divorced when I was, I think, in standard 3. And this was out of violence from my dad to my mom because my father was addicted to alcohol. Okay, so that messed up our whole family. Half of my siblings left with my mother. They went to stay in the slums. And none of them are doing well to this date. One of them was was burnt alive.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he had stolen something minor or something like that. My own sister became an alcoholic in the process. And you know about women. If a woman becomes alcoholic, what else follows her? Yeah, she died in 2010 from HIV. Okay.
Yeah.
So from that sort of background, in 20, I can't remember, it's actually 18 or 19 years, 19 years ago,
Yeah.
that I had this big turn on my spiritual life. And as they say, I saw the light.
The Damascus moment came.
Yes,
Yeah,
I had my
yeah.
Damascus moment,
Yeah.
and I became very active,
Yeah.
trying at least to help the youth in my church.
Yeah.
We had a lot of mentorship sessions, and I found that I didn't have anything to give, really. I wasn't equipped. And that's when I started my psychology journey. I enrolled at a money counseling center for a diploma.
Yeah.
And I've not turned back. I left my accounting career in finance, and now I'm a full-time counseling psychologist.
Yeah, you know, Peter, what you're saying is very true, because I think when I came to Chiromo Lane Medical Center, you know, in Lavington, I was admitted when I was in a horrible state. You know,
Yes.
it had to reach a level where I was in a bad place to be admitted. But the conversation we had with you is that actually, if there was a preventive way, you know, I wouldn't have reached that level. And that's the story of many people out here. You know, people are limping, they're struggling, you know.
Yes.
What's the role of what you call positive psychology in helping individuals to achieve their goal? Because I think that is what people need to understand, that you don't have to wait for yourself to be in an alcoholic situation, wreck your life, wreck your family for you to now seek help. Yeah.
True, Danish. In positive psychology, it's a movement that came to actually work on people's strengths. We instead of pure psychology looks at you what we call pathological, that you're already sick. So there is a lot of research, there's a lot of medication, there's a lot which has been done over the years. But when psychology came, it says there are more people who are not sick, than those who are sick.
Yeah.
So what can psychology do to make those who are doing well get better?
That's the point. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is a whole wealth of study that has been done in that area on how to make people who are not at their best to be even better.
You get this, and I think I agree with you, because my frustration with not just psychology alone, even in terms of medicine in this country, we are so curative in nature. We don't deal with prevention, you know. And the cost of curative is expensive.
It's much
You're
higher.
telling me that some of these things, you know, gender-based violence, issues to do with alcohol and drug abuse, even some of these political issues we are having stem from, you know,
from psychology. From something that from emotions. People not knowing their emotions, and that's where psychology can take its proper role. Of educating people. Because once you educate people about their mental health, their emotional health, and how to keep it healthy, then you never have to
deal with the aftermath. You know,
they only have to come if it's very serious. Yes.
So are you saying that if at all we were able to focus on psychology being an integral part of our society, then we'd see reduction in cases of gender-based violence, cases of suicide, all this obsession we have with depression now rising, all this sort of stuff. You know, you think? Yeah, tell me more about that.
Things like, and I've actually studied this when I was at the mental hospital. I had quite a batch of girls who are highly suicidal.
Yeah, yeah.
And most of the and what has triggered this from their history is how they were parented. It's their parenting. It's their parenting. Either they were neglected due to a parent with mental illness, okay, or a parent with depression. And if people knew about these things, especially even at that level, they would give these mothers support.
Support, yeah.
Yeah, both curative for the mother and preventive for the child.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of education that can be done at all stages, of life development.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I like about Peter when we last met was the emphasis on positive psychology.
Yes.
That we're not just going to treat people, we're going to help. So if you're performing at, say, 60%,
yes,
positive psychology is supposed to take you to 100 or a close by there.
Yes.
It can be 100, you know. Or if you're performing at 40, it just adds. So which means you become more effective.
Yes.
You become more thriving. And you know, sometimes I feel like we don't really look at psychology as this issue that we can use to solve the problem. Like for organizations, you know how much the global population loses in terms of burnout, issues of mental health. It's in trillions of dollars, you know.
It is.
But we don't really look at it like assuming that we're able to provide quality wellness services for our employees. We don't see it as a cost. We're supposed to see it as an investment.
It's an investment and a saving.
Yeah. Tell me more about that, yeah.
One area that I've worked in, and it's an area I have passion in, is burnout.
Yeah.
And believe you me, my interest in that area is from medical doctors' burnout. I found that doctors were burnt out, and the danger of that is people die because a doctor is burnt out. You will get a wrong injection. You'll get
a scalpel in your stomach when you're going through operation.
Yes.
Yeah. Negligence.
Yes. Not deliberate.
Not deliberate. Because of Nini. Because burnout,
they're burnt out. Yes. So I've lost my train of thought.
So you're saying that if we were able to provide quality wellness services to doctors and to lawyers and to engineers, even politicians, we could actually do a lot of saving and our society could be better.
Yes, evidence-based. And you know what happens is that when you're mentally, when you're well, and well, remember, is not just physical health.
Yes.
It has emotional health, it has social health. All those things have to be mixed together. So you can find somebody running into maybe public office, and they don't have, even their mental health is not good enough. And we know what is happening, for example, in our country.
Absolutely,
It doesn't make sense.
It
doesn't make sense, the things we see.
And I like that because the problem I have also with Kenya, but I think it's humanity as a whole, how we are simplistic about things. You know, we are saying that so there's this person has done this. Let's do the criminal justice way. Let's jail them. It's like we are very quick to jail people. We are very quick to punitively punish people, cane them in school, divorce them, leave them. You know, we are not really passionate and showing empathy in asking, why is this person behaving the way they are behaving? Is this normal? Is this deviant behavior? You know, something like that, you know.
I like that point. I worked a little bit with on gender-based violence. And one thing I noted is we are very fast to jail the perpetrator, mostly men. These are sick people who need help. Because yes, you'll jail him, he'll come out more angry and probably just beat or even kill somebody. We're not helping people. So there's a lot of work I feel that needs to be done. These people who perpetrate this are people who are victims
of
they're victims of violence, probably from their parents or from their environment. And they need help.
And I like what you're saying, because I kind of feel like the gender conversation in this country sometimes is portrayed as men versus women.
Yes.
But instead of us looking at us as, when a man is a victim of violence,
Yes.
he's likely to perpetrate the same.
Yes.
And when he perpetrates in a woman, she's likely to become a victim.
Yes.
And that victim is passed to children.
To the
And these children grow up becoming perpetrators.
Yes.
And it's a cycle that continues and
cycle.
continues. And I also like what you said. There's a conversation we're having with you in Kiambio, that you may remove one perpetrator in Kayole,
Yes.
in a certain house in Kayole,
Yes.
but you've not removed all the perpetrators who are out here
Yes.
roaming freely, because you
Yes.
know, a person who's angry, a person who has unresolved trauma, a person who's not well, literally,
Yeah.
just needs the right environment to
explode,
and that.
others.
Yeah. All right.
It's true.
So tell me about this whole idea of you guys coming up with School of Wellness. You know, you want to train people and equip. Why is it important at a moment like this? Why?
The School of Wellness it's a unique sort of product that we have come up with, and it's mostly involved in the wholeness, in the holistic person. Of course, we are most interested in emerging adults, people from 18 to around
35.
30 years,
Yes, yeah,
30, 35. Because these are the people who are going to change, to change this world, okay, this country and the world at large. So what we are looking at is coming up with products which help them to be holistically well.
Yeah.
And well-being, I just want to reiterate, based on positive psychology, is based up on 5 items, on five dimensions, and it's abbreviated PERMA, P-E-R-M-A, okay? P standing for positive affect, that is emotions, positive emotions that you need to, you have to balance all this positive emotions, that's for P. E, that is you need to be engaged in life, in work, in life, and positively engaged in things. Of course, positively means not negative.
Not negative,
You're not involved in things that break the law and things like that. R stands for having positive relationships. Without healthy relationships around you,
it doesn't matter,
you're
likely not to thrive.
You are likely not to thrive. I like that. And that's what positive psychology is about, building thriving individuals and communities. And number 4 is a meaningful life, a life with meaning. And when we are talking about a life with meaning, as I mentioned, I think earlier, is a life focused on the well-being of other people. That's what gives you, that's what makes it meaningful. And lastly, positive affect. And this is about happiness, about appreciating yourself and others. Without those 5 items, we don't feel like you would be well balanced.
I like this, Peter, because currently in Kenya there's an emphasis on mental health, which is fantastic. This is a taboo topic. We never used to talk about it. But you know, when I left the hospital, I arrived home and my finances were in a mess. 4 months down the line. What did it do to me? It almost took me back to where I was.
To your depression.
Remember, my depression and all these things were also triggered by a myriad of what? I was in a bad job. I was in a draining relationship. My finances were falling apart. I was far away from my family members, you know. So while yes, the hospital really helped me to deal with therapy and everything. But if I did not pay attention to fixing this aspect of my life, I'd still be going back there.
It's true.
And that's, I think, the danger that we are likely to fall into, that if we only focus on the medical aspect of mental health, that we're likely to only say, give them antidepressants, treat them, do this, without treating it holistically. I think we're not going to, I say we're going to wash a pig and put on a high table and hope that the pig will never go back to that. So anyway, I'm so excited about the School of Wellness. We'll be giving you more information about that. Register, it's got a lot of programs and that. But before we go, there's an information that I love a lot about marriage, church, and wellness. And Peter is here. We are not even going anywhere. Part 2 of this, I want him to tell me where we need to fix that part. Adios. My name is Danish Odongo, and with me here is
Peter Mbuga.
clinical psychologist
Thank you.
and a fantastic gentleman.
Yep.
Thank you.